Think we should be good to go, and we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let the people trickle in slowly but surely. But for the VOD's sake, welcome to another episode of HGC and Chill, episode number 3 with Bahgz.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm be here. First time on HGC.
First time HGC and Chill, and we are definitely chilling. Yes, this is live, Sasa, easy. This is very live right now. This is a different show today. We're doing a VOD review. Obviously, the games are over. The HGC games from today are over. But we will go through the VODs, have a couple beers, chit-chat, talk about stuff, and yeah, go from there. We do want to watch the set between Genji and Miracle. Genji apparently got... Was it a 3-0, or was it... Do we know?
I just know Miracle won. I haven't map score.
Okay, all right. So how do you want to do this? Do you just want to watch it off of my stream? Do you want to maybe... Can I screen share this maybe without losing too much frames? Or like how do you... Or do you want to pull it up and then we kind of just like...
Go from there?
Yeah.
Try and synchronize this viewing experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try.
All right, let's try that. Let's try that one. Because I'm assuming these VODs are not up on YouTube quite yet. I'll post the... You know what, actually... Here, I'll send you the link to the VOD. Boom, there it is. What's up, Sasa? How you doing, man? I know it's like probably like 1 or 2 in the morning where you're at. I'm drinking today a Lumberyard Railhead Red Extra Special Ale. Same thing I was drinking the other night for Trollin HGC.
I want me to log in.
You gotta log in to watch the VOD?
Yeah. Hold that thought. Try it.
Same, Sasa. Same. I'm actually should be resubbing to you come tomorrow. Got to keep those emotes fresh. And for whatever reason... Wait, hang on a second. Ah, there it is. All right, there's the bot announcement on Discord. All right, so I am looking, Bahgz, when you pull up the VOD.
Yep.
I will be at... Five minutes and 55 seconds.
All right, I'm there.
Yes, you can, Sasa. All right.
No, Wolf. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's casting Overwatch or something, or doing something with Overwatch in Korea. I saw him on Twitter. Doing or posting stats.
Cast.
But. All right. On the count of 3, I'm gonna hit play. Well, on go, but I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, then go. Right. All right. Here we go. 1. You ready?
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. All right.
Hopefully this works.
Hopefully this works. Shit. Alright, so out of Volskaya found, I like how they put the English on the screen for us, because before we had to guess what map it was. and it's now underneath the timer in English. But it looks like these teams have been prepared. Well, I don't want to say prepared, but it's 25-second bans, and they're just rolling through this. We got a Tracer ban, a Genji ban, a Maiev ban right off the bat. And what's this gonna be here? Probably Jimmy Rayner. All right,
ripping right through it.
This is not a test, Fringe. This is HGC and Chill. Late night edition with Bahgz. We're doing a VOD review. We're catching the games that we weren't able to catch live. And this is the Genji versus Miracle. Because apparently Genji lost to Miracle.
We need to find out why.
Exactly. Miracle with the first pick. Phoenix. We'll probably get what? Like a Malfurion and some tank. There it is, Murder. There it is. I was going to call it. What is Bahgz drinking? What are you drinking, dude?
Coors Light.
Ooh.
So nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done.
Bitch, B cube.
You know what? If it was like a basic beer, B cubed. For me, whenever I make a joke about a basic beer, it's always Bud Light Lime. I'm always exactly. Oh, by the way, hang on. Let me slip my beer into my koozie, my Gankbush Squad koozie.
Oh, there you go. I don't know if I have one in here. Boodle's got one. Headboard at her place.
Now, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't like Bud Light Lime. I actually don't mind Bud Light, or some Bush lattes.
Blaze and Anubarak. GOON, I was trying to find the latest troll show on iTunes, but I can't seem to find it. That is because when I uploaded it, we reached like our cap or whatever, so it spit it back out. I had to like reset something, and then I had, because I uploaded Trollin HGC to the Nexus Trolls, I went in, and when I uploaded this latest podcast, I uploaded it to Trollin HGC, so I had to delete it and re-uploading. So that's what happened. That's what happened. Schizo, why are people not talking about Muradin like he's meta, if that makes sense? They're all, you know what, like,
because he's the B cubed of tank.
Yeah, he is the B cubed of tank. Basic bitch tank. But yeah, Murd, I'm happy to see him back. You know, he's really good at initiating, kind of just causing havoc. He's one of the best tanks to sit in a bush and anchor. It's actually really cool to see him just in a bush slapping some people. Yeah, for now, Fringe, it should be up later tonight. It'll be up tonight. So by tomorrow morning when you wake up, it'll be good to go. Thrall and Deckard. Look at this triple melee with a Phoenix Deckard on Volskaya against this Muradin, Leoric, Hanzo. What's this last pick gonna be? Like, I'm looking at Whoa.
That's brand new. That's brand new Asmo too, right? Like,
yeah.
Bombs away. I'm a fat chromie Asmo.
Pretty much.
Played by Rich.
So this is why Genji lost, huh? Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes to 3 games, but certainly not looking good right now. Well, I gotta get your Twitch chat open. Hold that thought. Pop this chat out.
Pop it out. Interesting. I don't like this draft from Genji, to be quite honest. However, I do understand that better teams like Genji tend to kind of sandbag it a little bit. They like to play with their food, so to speak, when they're going into these matches, and then they really clean it up.
Well, I mean, sleeping on Miracle, we just got done mentioning that they're playing a lot better this. Shame on them.
Yeah, no, that's true. Nacho Jin, yeah. I like this. The bottom here.
Turn.
I do not like the Leoric here. I think He's gonna get farmed quite a bit. What is this level 1? Oh, okay. This is the healing return on hero's hit. Okay, for Leoric. Okay. But I like Murden as of late. He takes a lot of damage, has his own sustain, a lot of his own sustain. Can actually deal a surprising amount of damage over time to squishier targets. Can put a lot of pressure on him. But yeah, we see less and less of ETC now because he's so squishy. He can't fight on point. A lot of the maps in the meta require you to stay on a point for an extended period of time, and that's something ETC isn't very good at. At least not as good as like somebody like Murden or Johanna. Or I don't know, even Garrosh. Like, Garrosh kind of fell out of favor a bit. Probably because he doesn't have that mobility that Garrosh has, or that Murden has. But and everything here is pretty standard, I guess, for as far as Korea goes. This is a regen master for a Nubarak. This XP lead is significant. By the way, when we were talking earlier, you said your internet died, and you said you went to read. Is reading something that you do on a fairly regular basis, or just every once in a while?
Reading's like something I do when the power's out.
Yeah.
Or like reading from a book. Like obviously like reading cider. But like reading as far as reading.
Hang on a second. I'm losing you. You're cutting in and out. Hang on. Is something updating on my end? I hope not. Let's try this again. All right. Reading is something you do when the power's out, the internet's out, or whatnot.
Yeah, like when the power's out, when the internet's out, something, I got nothing else to do type thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty much limited to that.
Do you usually read, like do you usually read just, like your Warcraft or whatever, or are there other genres that you like better than others, or?
So it's kind of funny. Like I was at work, one night on the overnight, and someone left like a Jack Reacher novel in the desk.
Ah.
And I just read a couple chapters, and then I picked one up at the Rite Aid one night, started reading them. And I haven't read a lot, but I've read a couple of them, and I actually really enjoy them.
Yeah.
Just as a character, I don't know, I like him.
Is Jack Reacher? That's not a Tom Clancy thing, right? It's its own thing.
Written by Lee Child. Similar in concept. He's former military police, but he's kind of like he's retired, and now he's kind of just a drifter and just travels around and like seems how to keep running into bad guys and kicking said bad guys' ass through his, like martial art, his previous martial experience,
Yeah. I have you seen the movies?
Yeah. So I watched them after I read a couple of the books because I wanted to see it, and the problem is they cast Tom Cruise to be Jack Reacher.
I see.
Except Jack Reacher is supposed to be like 6'5", this like behemoth of a man, like this big hairy guy, right? And Tom Cruise is like not even 6 foot tall, tiny.
Well, yeah, and he kind of, I don't know if you've seen Longmire on Netflix, or like.
I haven't watched it. I stumbled across I've watched the trailer like a million times and debated pressing play, but I haven't watched it. You should watch
it. Actually, it's Hanzo out of position, gets blown up by the Anubarak. We've seen Anubarak quite a bit so far in HGC. He's kind of popping up here and there, and I like it. I like it a lot because no one says go quite as well as Anubarak does, and provides a lot of that same control. But anyways, so Longmire, it's based off of like a detective series thing or whatever. It's about a guy. He's an older gentleman in the West and like Montana somewhere, like, you know, very small towns and stuff like that.
He's a sheriff, right?
He's the sheriff. Yeah, he's the sheriff. And there's like all kinds of crazy shit happening in his town, like people are getting murdered and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And then there's also like different ooh, this Asmodan is not in a good place. I don't know what Rich was thinking, but there he goes. And there's like there's also other politics going on with like the Native American tribes that are there and stuff, and people get murdered on the reservation, and then there's like the tribal police that wants, you know, kind of take control of the situation, and then there's Longmire, where it's like, well, this is somebody that I was, you know, trying to like track down or trying to help out, and somebody murdered him out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so like the way they portray him is like this in the books is like this kind of like gruff, like a micro dirty jobs kind of guy, gritty, has been around the block, has a lot of experience, older guy. And on the show they do a really good job at like finding an actor and having an actor that is not
the role.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's like Clint Eastwood. Like he reminds me of Clint Eastwood, but Clint Eastwood's like also like just cold and calculated at times, you know, like yeah, you know, this guy tends to be a little bit more.
It's like almost like a Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. Who you gotta have to refresh my memory.
See if I can find a picture.
Oh, top secret. Can't tell you, French. Can't tell you. I'll let you know when it comes up. But in the show, you know, he's not as cold and calculated as Clint Eastwood or whatever. But you know, he's likable and whatever. Anyways, you should really check out that show. I don't remember what my original point was, but you should really check out the show. It's a good show. I enjoyed it. There was only a few. It was on FX, I believe, initially a while back, and then the show got canceled, and then Netflix picked it up and kept running with it. And I think there's like 5 seasons on Netflix right now. All 5 seasons, all the seasons and episodes are out. But it's pretty good, pretty engrossing, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy that small town like vibe, like, you know, western. It's kind of western, like, but yeah,
remote, rural, out there.
Yeah. Like the first episode, it starts off like the cop is, you know, Sheriff Longmire's out there. He's responding to a call that there was these 2 guys that were out drinking and they were hunting, and well, no, not even. They were out drinking and they found some dead sheep from someone's like ranch or whatever that was out there. They got shot, so somebody shot the sheep. And well, for people, you know, that don't know or are not familiar with hunting, you don't do that. You know, that's somebody's property. That's not game. You don't hunt those guys. That's illegal. But those 2 hunters that were drunk called it in, and they're like, hey, somebody was poaching these things. And the sheriff is like, well, how do I know it wasn't you guys? He's like, well, apparently there's a relationship going on with one of those guys and the sheriff. Like, they've been friends for a long time. He's like, look, Walt, it wasn't me. I'm just calling it in. I don't want to get in trouble for this. He's like, all right. Anyways, they go up there to go check out the sheep. There's like a couple dead sheep or whatever. And while they're out there, they find a dead body. That's what happens. And then they're like, okay, did these hunters kill this guy on accident? Were they drunk? And then they start looking around, and then they introduce these characters in the episodes, and like each episode is like its own little mystery, so to speak. And then by the end of the show, they find out who the killer is, and then they go on. However, there's also a deeper like backstory to everything that's getting
unearthed.
Yeah, as the series goes on, like somebody murdered Walt's wife. You know, then you find this out at the beginning of the show. It's all like, you know, at first episode stuff. You know, somebody murdered his wife, and then while there was like detectives that were like trying to figure out who killed his wife, somebody found the person that killed his wife and killed that dude, and they're like trying to figure out if that was the sheriff or not, like if he went out and did his own vengeance murder kind of thing. But it's pretty cool. You should check it out. Longmire.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reach novels, like, it's in a lot of them, he's just kind of like drifting through town, stumbles across something that leads to like a bigger mystery. And just as a character, he's really cool. He's just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. He's like, he's basically a badass. He's like, he's very blunt, very to the point, you know, and just when it comes to kicking ass and taking names, he's just, I don't know, very calculated. He kind of, the way the author kind of like writes and pens how the character's thought process and stuff is I don't know, A, relatable, and B, just you know, entertaining.
Yeah. Gen G is just playing so sloppy, dude. Like,
yeah.
What is happening here? What is this? They force Avatar. Okay, he gets away. I don't like what I'm seeing out of Gen G. GOON, Bahgz, you guys have to watch the Sky Temple match. Oh, don't worry, we'll be watching all the matches of this series. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's happening. You know what this reminds me is I have to get better at piloting the stupid mech. Like I can hop in the gunner and drive the gunner, but like I was in Hero League the other day. Like I was telling you, my goal is to get 100 matches this season. Hero League, and I was in Hero League, and like everyone's like looking at me to like hop in, and I'm like, can someone else drive, please?
I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, anybody can play Gaul, but you got to be good to play Cho, you know. And the same thing applies with this Triglav.
Yep. Exactly. I'm like, I can press the machine gun button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like driving over shooting, but I just like being in control. That's all. That's a personality thing.
I'd be okay with driving if it was in a like unranked or quick match or something, right? And you know, a setting where I don't mind learning. But in Hero League, I'm like, I'm going for broke, so I want to win.
So here's, dude, this is the second Triglav, and they're at the core right now.
Mowing them down.
So the idea with the Triglav protector when you're using it with the first Triglav protector, you want to prep yourself. This bunker place is actually insane. But the way
They're
you
all laughing and stuff. Look at them.
Yeah, I'm behind, but whatever. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we just beat Gen G. Look at us. Yeah. So.
I don't need to keep sidetracking, but what do you think about the new studio since they're not playing in the
what was it called?
Invents or
I mean
Apex was.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's, you know.
I dig it. I like it.
It's cool. I don't know if I like the casters' outfits that they've been using.
Oh, that they're constantly like being forced to match.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that, but I get
11? Oh. Goodness.
Yeah, look at that. Oof. Gen G was not happy. You saw them? They were just kind of like, ugh.
Right. I don't blame them. Nacho Jin coming back from China, done playing that Hero Storm or whatever the hell that mobile game was.
Yeah. Where the money was.
Where the money was. All right, let's see. Let's pick up the next VOD.
Yeah. Next VOD. So I would attribute this to sandbagging, just toying with your food. However, if I see that Gen G is just feeding and just being dumb and not focusing up or whatever, then there's a bigger issue at play. And I don't even know. We want to know if they got 3-0'd or not. Okay, so. Sky Temple. Here we go.
We can. The first game we'll call it slappiness. We'll call it like lack of. You can call it lack of focus.
Lack of discipline.
Disrespect, as Schizo would call it.
I'm at 46 seconds.
46 seconds. Thought. All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. That was the quick count.
Yeah, it was a quick count.
I'm trying to account for lag, so I'm hitting play at 1. I don't know. It's working.
Maiev. Okay. On Sky Temple. What were we talking about?
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see a lot of the high mobility, high technical skill characters getting banned in Korea a lot.
Yeah, everyone's a mechanical god for the most part, and
So I guess it makes sense, right?
yeah, and there's heroes. If you have a high mechanical skill, you get a high payout. Theoretically,
The high risk, high reward heroes.
yeah. Malfurion. This kid.
Look at that perm.
Yeah,
dude.
this kid looks
Blue Beetle.
like he looks like a
Killing
Sesame Street character. This is okay. Oh, Urel. Okay.
Well,
Okay. I dig it. I dig it. I don't know if you. So we're talking about Longmire and shit, whatever, and you Jack Reacher and stuff. Did you ever read Tom Clancy books like growing up, or at any point?
I've only read one ever.
Which one was that?
It was one of the newer ones. It was
It was like Sum of All Fear or something like that, or
no. It was I'll see if you know what. I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm gonna mute myself and see if I'm gonna do some research. See if
all right. So Gen G's picking up the first pick, Raynor. Running it. They just say Raynor's strong. We're gonna take him here, or maybe we haven't scrimmed, or we're tired. I don't know what's going on. We partied too long. Look at this guy. He's looking tired. Karazim and Blaze. Falstad's banned. Miracle has done their homework. They know Gen G likes to play with the Falstad. Especially when the Genji's off the map. What's this gonna be? This is probably gonna be a Muradin or Johanna ban. It should. Or maybe a Jaina ban. An Abathur ban. Okay, so I think Miracle picked up a Jaina or Jaina Muradin or Johanna. Maybe a Muradin. I don't necessarily think they have the room for a Johanna in their composition. But they could go Johanna, Jaina, and pick those both up and have what they need. But they go Nubrak again. And Junkrat. A Nubrak. So this is the second game with a Nubrak. Alright, what's up?
Commander-in-Chief. It was a posthumous Jack Ryan.
Or Tom Clancy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. The only Tom Clancy book I've read was Patriot Games.
Oh, that Harrison Ford movie, right?
Yeah. It's a Harrison Ford movie.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but Ford. I thinking of Air Force One.
Oh yeah, get off my plane.
Yes.
So Genji's draft here is very vanilla. Outside of the Raynor. I mean, he's new here, right, in this meta. But, you've got your Stormbolt set up. You've got your Karazim to jump in on a target. You've got Blaze to kind of follow up. You got the Li Ming combo, and hopefully you get a kill and a reset, and that's that. Gen G right now is just looking dead. I don't know what their issue is right here, but...
Just looking at them physically, right? Like,
yeah.
I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. So disinterested, it's not.
They're not even talking to each other. Like, they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there, It's weird.
Whereas looking at Miracle right now, they look a lot more focused, right?
Yeah, they're in it. They are here mentally. They are there, ready to play mentally, physically. They're ready to go.
Rich Raynor.
Reset Li Ming.
Reset on Li Ming.
Hey, what's up, Zab? sorry to go back to books one more time because I love talking about books and stuff. I'm more of a classic. I like classic stuff or things that are written more classically. Like example, like Mark Twain or.
Oof, I've never read any of.
Like you never read like Huckleberry Finn or.
No, no.
Tom Sawyer.
So I have a confession to make.
For the
I was in just regular English classes. Never made it to like the AP English class.
Zab with the Twitch Prime sub. Thanks, dude. Sorry.
Oh, sweet, dude. And I was never in the AP classes or anything like that. And the books that we did have to read for our English classes, I didn't read. So, straight up, I think the only book I read in English class was The Hobbit.
Okay.
I really like Lord of the Rings. So.
Well, I like. Everybody likes fantasy, right? And when I say fantasy, I mean the fantasy of anything. It doesn't have to be like your traditional dark fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, or like stuff like that. But like, but fantasy fiction. As in fiction. Like we like to be Jack Ryan's shoes, or Jack Reacher, or we like to be in. I don't know. We like to have our fantasy football teams, baseball teams, and stuff like that. Like, this is my team. I made this team. You know what I mean? Yeah. We like to see those stories and things like that. And yes, there is a lot of like, okay, for example, The Great Gatsby. That's cool. It's fiction. It's a fantasy. It's just not one that we necessarily like. It's relationships, romance, seedy love triangles, things like that, where it's like, okay, I'd rather read about orcs cutting each other's heads off and stuff like that. Or I don't know if you ever read Watership Down.
14-year-old me is giving you a pound right now.
Like, that's cool, yeah. But there are, so there are some classics that were fiction that weren't necessarily like that I learned to appreciate, like the Tom Sawyer, the Huckleberry Finn, the White Fang,
like an acquired taste type thing.
Yeah, where it's just like, okay, you know what, like this author has made me feel like I'm living in that time, and it's in a way it presents it in a way that's engaging, it's interesting, it's fun. I like this. One of the this Rainer is just chopping up a new brag. Holy cow. So there's these. I like to read a lot of like nature style books. For example, there's this author named Aldo Leopold. He kind of created the I forget what it's called, but it's pretty much like a mindset when it comes to like nature and the wilderness and respecting, the land and everything and things like that, for like a Western audience back in like the 1800s, late 1800s or early 1900s. It's called, what the fuck is that theory called? Or that, I forget what it's called. Anyways, Nubarak barely gets out. Anyway, his writing is a lot of just him like out in the woods and stuff like that, and just taking note of like what he saw, like the raccoons or the trees. The way
that's like Robert Frost, the poet. A lot of his writing was. Yeah.
So
like going in his backyard and writing it.
Yes, so it's like that. It's not poetry per se, but if you read it a certain way, it could sound like poetry. And being like, somewhat of an outdoorsman myself, like I can really appreciate that stuff, and it's really nice. And it's like, I get it, I too have watched the flock of geese fly over, or the squirrels running through trees, and stuff like that.
It's not to get it off topic, but it's funny you mentioned that. As I'm maybe a month ago, working on the property, one day I was just like shot. So I was just sitting on a log, just minding, catching my breath, sitting in the shade, sipping some water, and just like, listening to like, the birds chirp and stuff, and then like watching like the squirrels come up and down the tree and the chipmunks run across the logs that I cut down and stuff.
And then you hear the leaves blowing in the wind, and they're like
Yeah,
rustling.
it was like, so it was really relaxing. So then, I'm watching like the woodpeckers come and like, do their thing, and then like kind of, looking for food inside the tree. So I made a mental note to get a bird feeder, and then, a week later I came back with a bird feeder after a trip to town. Like, again, where I live is really rural, so it's like a 30-minute trip.
Yeah.
And made a trip to town, picked up a bird feeder, among other things, and came back and set it up, and that's actually been nice. Been a lot of activity.
Yeah, that's good.
This is a nice little, enjoying the environment type thing.
And it's funny because like we get so wrapped up in like what it is that we're doing, or online or at home, at work, whatever it is, right? We get so wrapped up in what it is that we're doing that we forget that there's stuff outside, or okay, even if you do work outside, you could be working, cutting down
on that. Not,
if you don't stop to kind of just take a second to kind of observe that there's a whole world outside of what it is that you're doing. Like when you do that, you're like, oh shit, like there's more. It's actually insane to think about. Like that bird that you hear chirping has a life of its own, has seen things, has done things, has survived things, has traveled, and you're like, damn, like that bird has essentially his own storyline. Ooh, Judy going back in for that rainer. He wants that rainer. Bunker comes out. Here comes a nice rip tire. Oh, tire goes down to the bunker. Resets so low. But yeah, if you ever have a chance, and I'll make it. That's the first reset.
Chin clutch.
Ooh. They got most of the tower shots there. They can go soak. Top is still pushing. That keep wall is probably going to die. I would like to see Nacho Jin just pick up this last soak here and then just leave and go push top. But, okay. Blaze is going up there. Maybe not. I feel like he waited too long. Zab says, I honestly thought Nacho was still retired.
I forgot. We announced it, like we talked about it on the show, and I forgot. I haven't watched all this.
Life binder, so many life binder. Look at this variation of Alex Strauss's build. So, and NA, what we've been seeing with life binder was Q at 1, the movement speed, a 7-sided strike. Look at this, Boop! The 7-sided strike. And then we've been seeing the life blossom at 7, and then the life binder. Here we're seeing the globe quest at 1, movement speed at 4. I think, what is this level? I think globes give Alex Strauss at 200% more healing. At 7, and then life binder. So interesting. But yeah, I'll make a list or something one day, and if you're interested, anybody out there is interested, I strongly recommend a couple of these nature books. One is Walden by Rolf Waldo Emerson. It's written way back in the day. This guy had property, had a house in this place that he called Walden, that he named Walden, and he would just go out there in the trees or out there in the woods and kind of just eat some shrooms and write some stuff, and that's what he did. And then Aldo Leopold's a Sand County Almanac. It talks about this place in Wisconsin, I think it is called. It's in Sand County, and it's like a year there. He writes about his year there, all the different seasons, all the different animals, all the different things that he did, and it starts off with him talking about the geese that are migrating south, and then it ends with those same geese coming back. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it, and I used to take it out on my hikes when I'd go out hiking with my dog and my girl. We'd go out, and then during our breaks, we'd stop and I'd read, and kind of just like soak in the atmosphere. Ooh, Sake getting destroyed by this boss. Kind of just read it out loud. My girlfriend dig it, and it was cool. It was cool. Some
cool.
Some hippie stuff, I guess, but
I haven't been able to go out hiking. It's kind of depressing. I mean, it's just not something I've had time to do. Girl and I have had the same day off. It's put my same day off.
yeah.
Working on the property. I mean, that is pretty much winding down. We had to actually sign some contracts the other day. Just releasing credit information for pre-approval.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Some adult stuff.
Adult stuff. And then, yeah, just like working on clearing land and just trying to do everything, cut costs, stuff. I haven't been able to do anything. Went fishing once, went trout fishing once. It was a great day in April, but a lot of success. But it's something I like to do a lot more in April. I like to go hiking. I like to play golf. Golfing once and went fishing once this year. That's it.
Yeah, I haven't gone fishing at all this year. The fishing here sucks. So that's my problem. That's my biggest issue. However, I could go hiking. I could do a lot more of that, but I have not. Mostly because I just like I said, I get so wrapped up in what it is I'm doing here that I don't make time for it, or just one weekend I'll do that. Hero Physio. I was gonna go back and watch the series just now. You can watch it here with us.
Yeah,
watch it
Hero.
here with us. Gen G is looking like, well, physically they looked tired. They looked out of it when they were showing them. They were just kind of just sitting there, just there. Miracle has been playing with a plan. They've been doing their thing. They've been rotating around, executing. This is the second Anubarak game that they play back to back. This is the first Rainer. The last game was an Asmodan on Volskaya. Genji was just playing very sloppily, in my opinion. But this Anubarak play, like Judy is making me a Anubarak believer. There were some good bands coming out from Miracle. There was a nice Falstad band that came out here on this map that I think like we've seen historically from Gen G that they do like to play the Falstad on these maps. These bunker plays, dude, to counter the purification salvos. They're just so good. Everybody just gets into bunker. They don't even think about it. They just all go in. This was a first pick Rainer. Then it was like a Li Ming and Karazim. I'm sorry, no, it was first pick Rainer, and then it was Karazim Muradin. Or was it It was Karazim Blaze, and then it was a Muradin Li Ming to round it out. But what is this 13 on Anubarak? What is it? Shed Exoskeleton? Is that the movement speed, or is that Urge Creating Spines? Where you create an AoE damage around you. Yeah, exactly. It is a high Karazim. Like for me, when you see a Karazim pick that early, it's we want to blow somebody up. We want to be able to. Oh wow, look at this. That was a great silence on Kyocha to make sure he couldn't drop the bunker, and then a great tongue to. I think that was for the Muradin to pick up there, and then the Junkrat was able to blow up the Muradin without the bunker coming down.
Rich.
Look at that. So I saw the Karazim, and I'm like, well, obviously they want to kill somebody. Somebody's going to die. Well, that's how they want to play this, right? Like, I don't necessarily see Karazim as a generalist the way I would, like, Malfurion, a general support, like I would see, like, Malfurion. But when you see the Karazim, you anticipate this is the certain playstyle he's going to have. But with Alex Straza, it's like, okay, our playstyle is no one's going to die here. Maybe we supplement all the other things that Malfurion would do, like bring some CC or some damage elsewhere in our draft. So with these Anubarak picks, like, there's a lot of CC here. You don't need a Malfurion. Excuse me. You don't need the Malfurion route. You don't need his sustain because, well, you've got sustain shields coming out of Anubarak, You've got sustain coming out of Dahaka. You've got some sort of shielding coming out of Phoenix, and then Alex Strauss in the back line just sustaining everybody up. It's really interesting to see. I like the drafting adjustments that these teams have made in picking up Alex Strauss. Like, okay, Malfurion's gone. However, we've got everything else that we need in the other heroes that we picked that are also, that are just good in general. Nacho looking pretty good moving from range to offlane. Well, Nacho Jin is just a god, dude. He is just a god. This is crazy. Like, they're going to show restraint here. They're going to pick up 20. And then they're going to just collapse and fight this.
Yeah.
Like, Gen G is playing an old... Like, they're playing a draft that is like... Okay, yeah, you could say it's tried and true. Comfort, we look good. We feel good. It's easy. Like... But Miracle's coming out and showing that they've done their homework. They know how they want to play. Now that 3 bans are out, we know what we can ban out. We know what we can pick up. We know what's safe, what allows it. I think Miracle is prepared for this. This is actually insane.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, see you later. Oh, no. Yep. No. I thought that Murden was going to die.
That was really impressive by Gen G. Down Storm Talent.
Yeah.
Kind of a little too late, though.
That Rainer was pushing out a lot of damage. If you're not putting pressure on this Rainer, you're going to pay for that if you're Miracle. Especially, so Anubarak, yes, he is tanky to a certain extent against certain types of damage. However, like against Rainer, relatively speaking, Rainer just chops him up compared to other tanks.
Yeah.
So if you don't kill him quick or kill somebody quick and reset that fight and force him to back off, you're gonna get punished.
I just noticed this. They've got one of these guys is running around with the E-Star banner.
Huh.
I just noticed it. So now they're both.
They're both 20 here.
If you Miracle, like, what are you looking for?
Well, you're not looking. You're looking to just to not die.
Waiting,
Not yeah. So maybe you try to. They control the vision top, or Genji controls the vision top. If you're controlling vision top, maybe you can look to set up a pick around top to catch them on a rotation and get their camp or something. But there's no camps up. It's difficult to you just kind of just have to wait. So
stalled out.
Someone's got to clear bottom. So once they show bottom here, Genji can rotate up to grab his vision safely. Dahaka's got to play back. Like, Dahaka's got to leave. They're going to try to catch Dahaka, see? Because the Anubarak and the Phoenix showed bottom. They're even running through the vision because they just don't give a shit. But... Okay, so now Genji says, okay, this camp is up. Miracle says we can grab the vision. And we can look to invade. We can look to... Because now that's the only thing that's up. We know that's probably where they're going to be at. We can look to invade to fight that. Or, oh, bottom siege camp just spawned. Let's just go get that and augment our catapult push. With that being said, they can take this camp. Now Gen G knows they're down there. Dahaka can clear top by himself. Anubarak should not show, honestly, in my opinion. And just create some threat around here. Create some mystery. But okay, the altars are coming up, so I guess that works. Posture up here. They probably could have postured on these bottom bushes next to this shrine and looked to get a pick, but Rainer's kind of scouting around. Ooh, boss is up, so they gotta make sure they don't give that up. Alright, there they go. It's a mind game, all this like moving around on the map.
I was gonna ask you, like, what is the boss more important for Miracle here because they have that lane open right now, or is it more important to more important than the shrine?
The boss.
I mean, they chose shrines.
Yeah, they chose shrine. So the boss on this map is like actually pretty weak relative to the bosses on the other maps.
Yeah.
I would argue that the shrines are probably more important than the boss, especially this. Especially this late in the game. But they just need to not die here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, this is.
And not give up both temples, because there's no keeps defending Miracle's core.
Yeah, no, they're in a pickle. Judy's on the shrine. He's off the shrine.
Nice knockout. Good cleanse. Everyone's in the bunker. Oh my god, these life binders have just been so good. The change to life binder has really made it top tier. Like, it's so good. It's almost guaranteed every single time. Ooh, Junkrat just gets destroyed there by a reset. Ooh, nice knockups and 7-side strike. This is GG. Damn, nice try. Nice try. Miracle looked good.
So Zabumafu asked, have you read the Hatchet series by Gary Paulson?
Hatchet series by hang on, let me look that up. Because if I'm thinking...
That's a childhood book right there. I read that in 4th grade. Actually, when I was still reading the books that were assigned. Pretty good, but I never read, like, what was the next one? River, and then the one after that was what? Brian's Winter. I never read any of the sequels. I only read the Hatchet.
Hang on, the Hatchet. I'm trying to... Oh, I remember this book. Yeah.
So it's the one where the dude, he's like going to visit family in Canada, and like the dude flying the plane has a heart attack and the plane crashes.
Yes. I remember this book. Yes.
And he makes a, words are hard right. Fuck.
I didn't read.
He makes a shelter on the shore. Dives into the fucking lake to get the med kit out of or the first aid kit or whatever out of there, and all birds flies out of the plane, out of the lake, and stuff, and then eventually gets rescued. I don't remember ultimately how he did.
For whatever reason, I thought the Hatchet was a Jack London book, like White Fang, and I thought that's what that was. But no, okay. I didn't read the whole series. I just read that book. I remember reading that book. Let's go. This game is over. Let's go watch the other VOD here. So 1-1. 1-1.
Scrolling down. Here we go.
All right, let's take a look here. What was Gary Paulson? Okay, I'm at 2 minutes 25 seconds.
I thought 2:25. You said?
Yep.
Boom. All right. Tell me when.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Beautiful.
There was a book called The Musket or something like that, or The Rifle, and it was like a story about this musket and like when it was created. Pretty much it was like following the musket around from when it was created to the very end when it was finally they got rid of it or whatever. So it was like during the Revolutionary War. They talk about the musket being made. They describe it and everything, and like the soldier that owned it, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then and then it ends up in a shop somewhere, and then finally at the very end, it's hanging up on someone's mantle, in their fireplace or whatever, and an ember from the mantle hits the rifle in a way to where there was still some powder. There was still some powder in there, and there was still like a musket ball in there, and it ends up firing and shooting somebody in the house and killing them.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like I don't remember how it ended. It starts off like this guy was, talking about the musket. It was a prized possession, and he hung it up. It was really proud. And then it kind of goes back in time and talks about the musket, and then it ends that way. Like it's like him. It's like killing. It ends up killing him or something. If I remember correctly, in present day, if I remember correctly, I think like the musket hadn't killed anybody up until that point, or something like that. It hadn't been used to kill anybody, rather. And then at the end, it was like ironic or whatever that the guy ends up dying. It was so long ago that I read that, but it was probably like in middle school or something like that. It was called I think it was called The Musket. I'm gonna look it up. Hang on, The Musket book.
So now Miracle got them. And they go Anubarak for the third game in a row.
Third game in a row. There's something about Anubarak that they like.
Judy one trick. Confirmed.
Yeah, it's called The Rifle. Yeah, it's by Gary Paulson. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, a 1995 novel by American writer Gary Paulson. The work is a novel of historical fiction written for a young adult audience. The story focuses on the history of a rifle crafted prior to the American Revolution and on the lives of its various owners until the present day. Although Paulson romanticizes the creation and the uniqueness of the rifle, the novel provides a sober reminder of the importance of handling guns responsibly. Huh.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. I remember. If it goes through all this time, and then it's accidentally discharged because of the ember from the fireplace, and it kills the guy's child that found the rifle and it was like really proud of it or whatever. It ends up killing his kid. Yeah. Damn. I read that when I was like in the 6th grade, 7th grade. Fuck.
Gary, see now how this always goes, right? Now I'm going down the rabbit hole. I click Gary Paulson. Now I'm on the Hatchet.
Yeah.
Looking at the cover art, which is exactly how I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
The kid's face and like the mountains in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, man. Did you ever read like Ernest Hemingway? I liked his books. Did you ever read the Old Man and the Sea?
No, I didn't.
That's a good book, dude. That's a good book. I like that one. That one, I was like, okay, you can even be an old man with all this wisdom and all this knowledge and all this experience in life and still be victim of your own foolish desires. That's a good book. Real quick, like it's about an old man. He lives on the sea, or he lives on like a seashore, or whatever. He's like a fisherman or whatever, and he's barely making ends meet for the most part. However, he goes out on this one journey with a shitty little boat, and he finds this big fish, this huge fish, and it sounds like a marlin, pretty much, but it's a big fish, and it's his biggest catch. And the way he sees it is like if he brings this fish home, he can make a lot of money, and it becomes like pretty much his like Moby Dick or whatever, his Jaws, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he battles with this fish. The fish almost kills him and destroys his boat. He finally is able to catch it and like pretty much kill it, and then like has to try to go back to the shore. He's like way out at sea at this point, and then he's got to survive a storm, and then sharks show up and start like fucking with the fish, and by the time he gets back, it's just like a skeleton. It's like half the fish, and it's like a skeleton. It's like destroyed. It's not even worth anything anymore. So yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book, but I enjoyed it.
Wow, too.
What's that?
There's an achievement in WoW called the gnome in the sea or something.
Ooh. Oh, I've got to pause. I just got stuck. This guy just got deleted. I need to pause. Feels bad. Yeah. And there's another book.
Oh, it was Miracle that paused.
Yeah, they paused it. There was another book called The Pearl by Ernest Hemingway. Same thing. This poor.
Black Pearl, right?
No, it was just called The Pearl.
I think of a different.
The Black Pearl is the name of a ship from Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's like, I'm looking this up now.
It was called The Pearl, and but yeah, a couple has this pearl. It's worth a lot. They want to, sell it and make money or whatever, and people are looking to take it away from them. And then what ends up happening is, like these thieves show up and they shoot at them, and they end up killing the baby that they had. But they have the pearl, and then it's like, well, at what cost? At what cost? I mean, was it worth saving the pearl over your child? It's all these old guys in their books, dude. They're all fucked up, right? So this time, Miracle has a ranter.
That I in Twitch chat I tossed it in.
Oh yeah.
That's the book I was talking.
Sorry, guys. I'm looking at the Black Pearl. Scott Odell. Oh, okay. The coming of age of the son of a pearl dealer.
Yeah, something.
Interesting.
I don't remember. I didn't finish the book.
Huh. Interesting. I have to go check it out. All these coming of age stories.
Oh yeah. So they banned out the Alistraza. I noted.
Genji.
Yeah.
Okay, so they know what's up. And they go in with the Stukov, and Stukov isn't a hero that we see all the time. However, when paired with an Uberak, is actually probably pretty deadly. Look at this. Tisk can't do anything.
Judy!
Oh! Oh.
Lupino! Rip. No! The Great Escape? The Great Escape. He's gone.
No. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. Insane. Insane plays. Wow.
Another book series that I read almost pretty much all the books of as a kid.
Animorphs.
No. But you ever hear the Redwall series by Brian Jacques or Jacques?
Bahgz, I knew I liked you, dude. I knew I liked you. Redwall, dude. I've got Martin the Warrior. I've got Salamander
no!
I've got Pearls of Lustra. Pearls of Lutra.
Pearls of Lutra, yes. Mayo,
Mossflower.
Luke the Warrior, yes.
Oh, dude.
Legend of Luke, yeah. Oh my god,
dude, those books. I actually read those books before I read any of Tolkien's books, and
me too.
Oh, they were so good. They're so good.
I read those. Like I started. The very first one I read was Matameo in 4th grade. Downhill from Redwall, read Mossflower. 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. I read like pretty much up until that point, and then I kind of like after that I phased out of it. But dude.
Yeah, the first one that I read was it was a Redwall. Ooh, Blue Beetle's in a bad place. It was a Redwall, it wasn't Redwall. It was
one of the.
If I remember, there was a. They had like a.
Yeesh.
Oof, this is rough. Yeah, this is rough. So, real quick, changing subject real fast. Whenever I've noticed that whenever you are I don't want to say a weaker team, or a worse team. I don't want to say that. However, when you are a less experienced team going up against a very well-oiled machine like Genji, a very experienced team like Genji, you find yourself in situations where you think you have to just go
Snowball.
hard, you know, and not just cut your losses. And I see this, you know, I see this with Miracle. I see this with open division teams. They feel like they have to force something. They have to make something happen all the time, or else they'll never get a chance to do it again. And what ends up happening more often than not is, well, you just end up feeding even more.
Like digging a bigger hole for yourself.
Exactly. So, my advice to anybody out there that's listening that plays on a team, or even, you know, hey, even in your Hero League games, your team starts seeing, you start seeing your team feeding one by one. Don't be that guy to go in next. Cut the losses, mitigate as much of the damage as possible, and live to fight another day. Don't give them any more reason to. So like Judy dies, now Nacho Jin's gonna die, right? Oh no, that's right, he's Urel. My bad.
I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Okay. Urel.
Spoiler alert: he doesn't die.
But you know, there's Sniper. He's a goner.
So, Miracle wins this match, but it certainly looks like they're about to go down 2-1.
Yeah. So, I'm extra curious to see what happened.
Yep.
Extra curious.
Genji's looking a lot better now.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Man. Dude, you got me on Martin the Warrior. I need to go. I want to go back and actually want to go back and read those. Did you ever read like the long patrol? That was another one.
Yeah. Yeah. I literally read, I don't know what actually. All right, Wikipedia time. Hold on.
Yep.
Tab.
Yep. Lord Brocktree. Yes, I remember that one. Ugh, yes. Oh, Outcast of Redwall. That was the first one that I read. The Outcast of Redwall.
That was the one. He was like a ferret.
He was like a ferret.
Adopted,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Tag
All right, hold on. Let's see. Redwall.
I think Pearls of Lutra was my favorite. Was one of my favorites. Redwall, obviously. Martin the Warrior was sick. Lord Brocktree.
I never read Lord Brocktree, I don't think.
That one is so good, dude.
I think Triss was the last one I read.
I
read Tagarung, Triss, Legend of Luke, skip Lord Brocktree, and then like Loam Hedge, Rackety Tam, Hyrule Land, Doom White, Sable Cup, and Rover. I never read any of those.
Eulalia, dude. I remember that cry. Eulalia!
Yes.
Let's see. There's a lot that I didn't read here. I read the Bellmaker. Like Lord Brocktree, it's like, you know, Martin the Warrior, just like he's a warrior. He like killed everyone. He killed what's I forget the
Sarmenia or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So Lord Brocktree, it's like it's pretty much like reading a story of like Aragorn or something like that. You know, he is of like noble blood, but somehow gets like outcasted somehow, then comes back and then rules the mountain of Salamandastron, and then he goes out in battle. He's like this badger that just kicks a bunch of ass, and then it talks about like, it also like tells the story of like when he was a ruler as well, and up until like when he died. Dude, there's so much bloodshed in those books. It's actually insane.
Yeah, like it's hard to believe it's a child's novel, right? Like,
yeah.
Death and constant fighting and stuff.
Politics. Very. Yeah. I mean, it was more fighting and storytelling, but like there was some politics in there.
Then they're always, they talk about all like get you thinking about like the feasts and stuff they have, and like describing like the weird food that they have in America, like tarts and stuff.
Yeah, even the clothing, like this tunic, and you're like, what the fuck's a tunic?
What's a tunic? Yeah.
Let's see here.
Jay Shite in the house.
What up? What up, Jay Shite? What's going on, buddy?
Oh no, Nacho! Oh, there it is. Our defender for the win.
See, you get yourself low, and then you just debate them, and then you just do that, and they're like, oh well, I guess we won't attack you. Well, you're out of there anyways, so never mind. By the way, Jay, GG's today. I know you may think otherwise, but without any context, I will say that what I saw today from you guys was definitely there is a, how do I say this? There is a beast that is slowly waking up inside. We'll just say that. Obviously, there's some work that needs to be done, but I'm glad you guys were able to take that map from Octalysis. Hopefully you guys can take a series from somebody soon. I want to see it, baby. I want to see it. I believe. Just throwing that out there. No flame. But thanks for hanging out. We're kind of hanging out here. We're talking about we're talking about the games and about books. Interestingly enough, books. I didn't think we would be this deep into talking about books, but we are.
we didn't think we'd get down the Red Wall path.
Yeah, man. Did you ever read Watership Down?
No. Not that I know of.
It is, so think of Redwall, the Redwall series, except for instead of a bunch of like rabbits and shit running around with like spears and swords and stuff, it is actually just rabbits and their story of moving from one like pasture to another, going through like farms and roads and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the rabbits find like other rabbit tribes and like kill each other and shit and
What?
yeah. But it's not with spears and stuff. It's just like, you know, rabbits.
With their feet.
Yeah.
Teeth.
And their claws and yeah. Check out graphic novel Mouse Guard. Let's check that out. Let's see. But there was a movie. There was an animated movie for Watership Down that came out a long time ago. But I remember watching that. I think I was like in 5th or 6th grade or something. Dude, talk about graphic. Like as a kid, you're watching a bunch of rabbits just murder each other and breaking necks and stuff, and you're like, "What the fuck am I? What is going on?"
This is for the PG.
Yeah, exactly. Mouse Guard. Let's take a look. Oh, by David Peterson. Hey, there's also a role-playing game called Mouse Guard. Luke Crane and David Peterson. Oh, Hero Physio. You got me fucked up now, dude. Now you got me looking at this stuff. Oh.
Wait, this is like a tabletop role-playing game? Pen and paper. Just not. What?
What is this?
What?
I'll post the
Online store.
I'll
World
post the
Guide.
link. I'll post the link in Twitch chat for anyone that's out there that's interested. I don't know if this is it. I mean, let me know if this is it, Hero. If not, then
Look at the
I like the art style.
images. Yeah, the art.
The Weasel Ward, Legend of the Guard, Baldwin the
Weasels.
Brave, Art of here you go.
It's like modern Redwall.
This is cool. No, I like this stuff. I like this type of like fantasy. It's easier to consume, right? You don't get lost in a bunch of like there isn't like 4 chapters on like the family tree. You know what I mean? And like discussing, you know, Arwen, the daughter of da 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 da, and then you know, and it goes on and on and on and on and on, and where they came. It's
What do they call it? Light reading? Light reading? Is that what it is?
light reading, I guess. Yeah. You know, you get into it, you read it, you got your condensed story right there, and it's in an interesting environment setting. You know, I like that. I like that stuff, man. I like it a lot. I'm gonna look into this, Hero. I'm gonna look into this. And if it's good, I might pen and paper this. I'm always looking to get into some stuff like that. By the way, I play a lot of board games, right? I don't do Dungeons and Dragons or role playing like that so much anymore, if at all. I did it when I was younger, but and I didn't have a house full of kids and stuff like that. But I play a lot of board games now that require a lot of like teamwork. You're playing against the game as a team. Like there's this one game I play is called Shadows over Camelot, and everyone plays as one of the knights of the round table, and you're playing against the board. Every turn something bad happens, and then every turn you have a chance to try to make things right, so to speak. So the game is playing against you, or you're playing against the game. However, there's a possibility that somebody on the team, based off the beginning of the game when you draw cards and stuff like that, there's somebody in the game that is a traitor and is like trying to sabotage the game, trying to sabotage the game for the rest of the knights. So that traitor, ooh, Nacho Jin gets away. What a god.
Fine. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Okay. Stage die.
Spoiler alert.
Ooh. Hang on. What's going on here? This is a dead Junkrat. Okay. Ooh, bolt to the store. He gets out. Nacho Jin gets obliterated by Tychus. And this should be game. This is game.
So,
nice route.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, somebody on your team is trying to sabotage the game for everybody, but you're doing so secretly. But it's pretty cool. I like stuff like that. There's another game that I play. I play a tabletop Star Wars X-Wings miniatures game. I have all these little miniature Star Wars ships. You play on a table. You have like all these little pieces that dictate how much of a range you have from another opponent. You shoot each other. You roll dice, stuff like that. It's like a real space. You're playing on a table. There's no. You can put like some obstacles on like asteroids and shit, space stations and stuff like that. I do that. I do a lot of that stuff as well. But yeah, I spent way too much money on that game.
I have nobody to play.
Damn, dude.
I tried to do some D&D on
Yeah.
Roll20, but it's too hard to get everyone on.
Oh, I see. Hero Physio won a local Settlers of Catan tourney. He is a nerd. That's his most played, but I'll give anything a try. Yeah, I'm usually a game master, so I learn. Okay. Ticket to Ride, Seven Wonders, Kingdom Builder, Strategy Ones. Okay. Wait. Guys, are we gonna be playing some games at BlizzCon this year? Is that what we're gonna be doing? Alright, I'm gonna go to the next series here. Or next map. Dude.
Classic.
Come on, Bahgz. We gotta.
No, I'm reading Hero Vizio's Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. I'm saying for BlizzCon. We gotta get We gotta get something, dude. We gotta get somehow. I mean,
Skype me in.
Fringe average. I'd rather play board games than play HOTS. Oh.
Let's not go that far. Let's not get crazy.
Let's not get too crazy. Alright, let's go to the next map here.
Game Master, tell me where I'm going here.
Alright, looks like I'm at 12 seconds.
Ooh, okay. Right. Alright, I will be right back.
Okay, I won't start yet. Have you guys ever played, I think it's called Munchkins? It's a card game. You kind of gather items and stuff like that. You have your own Munchkin, and you battle stuff, and it's a pretty fun game. Hero Physio knows what's up. That's a fun game. It's a fun little game. Munchkin's good, man. I haven't dived too much into like the other expansions and stuff like that. I just played the base set. King of Tokyo, Fringe. I didn't think anybody knew what that game was. Damn. Nice, nice. Have you guys played Bang? Bang. It's a card game. It's like a spaghetti western card game. Each player is pretty much a trope, a spaghetti western trope. Like you've got your bandito, you've got your whatever. Oh, you've got the Heroes of the Storm. I forgot there is a Heroes version. Yes. Bang is it's a great game. It is so fun. We used to just get drunk, get stoned, and play some Bang, dude. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, I didn't mean to kappa. Yeah, that game is a lot of fun. I like that. The expansions are pretty cool too. I have one of the expansions. I don't know if there's another one, but Avalon. I haven't played Avalon. I haven't played that. I've got the Witcher adventure board game. Star Wars and X-Wing miniature that I said. I also have Star Wars Imperial Assault. It's kind of like a D&D but Star Wars, but played on on local maps that you create. What else do I have here? Yeah, but if you guys ever have a chance to play Shadows over Camelot, I strongly recommend that game. Shadows over Camelot. You need to play that. That game is so good. So good.
Back.
All right, he's back. He's back. I've got Risk. That's another one. I've got the classic Risk. I've got Metal Gear Solid Risk. I've got StarCraft Risk. I've got Star Wars Clone Wars Risk. I got them all right there. Risk was like my OG. All right, 12 seconds. You ready?
I'm ready. Give me the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go. Infernal Shrines, dude. Which ones are you talking about? Hero Physio? Shadow over Camelot? Yes, that is a tabletop board game. Cho'Gall ban. Illidan ban. So these are bans
like
from scrims. Like they know something. There are also some expansions for Shadows over Camelot, but oh, on table I know what you're talking about. I think so. I think they did. They played that, and they also played the X-Wing miniatures on tabletop. They play a lot of that. That was actually a decent show to get into some tabletop stuff. I don't like Will Wheaton personally, but I like the show. It's a good concept. Actually, they did play Shadows over Camelot. They did, and I remember because they got some rules mixed up, and I got pissed. I'll have to bring that one, dude, for BlizzCon. GOON doesn't like anyone. Not true. I like you, right? And that's somehow, some way or another, I like you. Nah, Will Wheaton has said some stuff online that usually I don't care what people say. Like if I don't agree with it, I usually don't care, as long as they're respectful or whatever. However, he was pretty
rude.
Yeah. I mean, I can be rude and disrespectful,
Rash.
but he was, oof, yeah.
On another level.
Yeah. Anyways. Cho'Gall, Infernal Shrines, Genji, Ban, Phoenix, Illidan. Huh. Maiev. This is going to be a... Has Korea been playing Johanna? I don't think they will here, but the Rainer, okay. I actually like the Rainer band. Rainer into Diablo. If you're playing it well, you can actually beat Diablo. What do you say about Yo Mama? Some rude things. Ooh. Stukov ETC. I don't like ETC. I feel like he's gonna get farmed. What's gonna be the offlaner here for Miracle? Will it be a Leoric? Will it be a Urel? Medivh Sonya. Okay. I was gonna say Sonya. However, there is a lot of disruption and a lot of damage against the Sonya. Like, they can slow her down. They can put some pressure on her. I do like the Medivh to kind of ensure that Sonya stays alive for a longer period of time.
Yeah, with the attack.
Yeah. You can set up some kills with Polybomb or Leyline Seal. Huh. Greymane. This Greymane pick to me seems like they are not sure what else they could pick.
And what to go with right there, right? So like, he's just safe.
Yeah. A symptom of the 25-second ban.
Dude, a symptom of the 25-second ban was when I got pigeonholed into Brightwing earlier today because I was running out of time. I was like, and just panic picked.
Wait, hang on a second. Hey, Hero. So, the mouse guard. I'm going back and I'm looking at this. These are actual books or graphic novels, right? It's not just a tabletop thing because they have music for downloads.
That you listen to while you read.
Okay, I'm really gonna like. This looks so interesting.
Hero Physio with the clutch idea.
Yeah, man. Okay. Okay. All right.
I've got the Wikipedia page up now. Mouse Guard is an American bi-monthly comic book series written and illustrated by David P. and published by Arceus. Series 1 and 2 of the series have been collected in a single volume, each titled Fall 2, Guard Winter.
All right, we're gonna start a book club. All right, we're gonna start a book club. It's gonna be like an Oprah's book club kind of thing, but it'll be a Bahgz book club, and it's gonna be all of the Redwall books, Mouse Guard. It's gonna be like some Jack Reacher in there.
Yeah, dude. I gotta tell you about this time. So now that I have a confession to make.
Oh
boy. So, in my college years, I was lifeguarding in summer college.
You said you were lifeguarding?
Lifeguard.
Okay.
It was a fairly unused pool. So a lot of hours spent just kind of sitting there waiting for people to show up and go swimming.
Yeah.
And so I'd bring books in to read, and my brother, who's like 6 years younger than me, had these like
called The Warriors or something like that. Books about these cats, that like wild feral cats and stuff, and like there's other clans of these wild feral cats.
All right,
Battle
Bahgz.
it.
You're losing me, Bahgz.
God.
I'm just kidding, dude. No shame. No shame. No
All
fun.
right. So 20, just picture me, 21, 22-year-old me just sitting there reading these books for like, 10 years. And it was good times, man.
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
I picked them up because like I got a little nostalgia feels for like the Redwall stuff, and like I was just like, oh, let me check this out, Like next thing you know, like 4 books later, I'm like, oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, dude. I used to read a lot of war books also. I read the Band of Brothers books by Stephen Ambrose. Stephen Ambrose. He wrote a lot of like World War II books. A lot of it was based off of like, actual things and actual people and stuff like that. But kind of written in a way that was obviously entertaining and engaging. It wasn't a history book, so to speak, but there was a lot of history that was used to...
It was like a fictionalized version of on some nonfiction stuff.
Yeah, but like again, like, it was real people in the books and stuff like that. It's like if you like when I say, I don't want to say when they advertise something to be based on a true story, because 90% of that is fake, right? But like if you were to take a true story and just put a little sprinkle of Hollywood, like Black Hawk Down, put a little Hollywood on it, true story, true events, real people, with some extra explosions added in and some cool action sequences added in. Okay, cool. That's what this was. Really good books. Really good book. Band of Brothers was good. I've read like there's one about like Air Force pilots and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool. It kind of romanticized the whole World War II genre for me a little bit. Everyone thinks of World War II as like the last real war and the last good war to save humanity, but like that isn't necessarily the case a lot of the time. Like that's just what we kind of romanticize that. I don't know if you've watched the movie Fury with Brad Pitt with like the
Shot at a booth.
Oh, dude, that movie is so good. That movie, like when you watch Saving Private Ryan, like there's some fucked up pieces in that movie, like war action sequences and stuff like that. And however, you always get this feeling of like the good old boys are coming, they're out to save the world, and you feel good afterward. Where Fury is like, this is fucked. This is just not right, And like you don't really get that out of World War II movies. You didn't get that feeling out of a lot of World War II movies. So and the whole PTSD thing, and just like war is like dirty and wild, and I don't know if you ever watched Platoon. It was a
it's got the dog tags where the O's should be. I've never seen it, but
there's like it's got like Willem Dafoe, Charlie Sheen's in it. But yeah. That movie, dude, is good. That movie is really good. Another one of those movies where it's an anti-war movie in the sense that they show you the horrors of war, not just like people dying and stuff like that and people shooting each other, but it's just like people were fucked up. Some innocent people got killed, or drugs and like people's mentalities towards war and fighting and stuff like that. So real quick, Gen G is up an entire level, and they're also up 2-1. How did they fuck this up so bad that they lost this game?
I don't know. Like, it looks like they're about to hit 10 first.
Somebody dies here. Tisk just gets wrecked here. Okay.
Maybe that's the start.
Maybe that's the start, yeah. But there was this other Vietnam War book that I read as a kid. I've been meaning to find it. Hang on, let's see. I read it in 6th or 7th grade. I saw Black Hawk Down when I was a kid. I read the book when I was a kid. My dad kind of made me read it. He was his unit were the helicopter guys associated with that mission. So he was like, oh, you need to read this, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, all right, Dad. And I came out of that like, fucked. This is fucked up. Vietnam novel bestsellers. Huh.
Zoning with the lightning breath.
Yeah, look at that.
Judy just keeping everyone off the train.
Yeah, look how far forward he is, right? Controlling all that space, forcing MVP Black, or I'm sorry, Gen G to shoot him and stay off his back line. If Judy's afraid and starts backing up to the right and gives up all that space, then Gen G is able to just take the shrine for free. 100%. That mosh pit. Oof. See you later, Tist. So Judy had the discipline to stay on the other side, trusted his teammates to keep him alive and to focus the shrine long enough to secure the shrine. Judy comes back and starts, being scared, starts showing fear, and starts giving up that space. Different story. I will say that the Greymane build, I feel like if you're going to get a lot of value out of the Greymane, probably the most value out of Greymane, at this point in the current meta, we're looking at probably going Wizened Duelist at 7 over Silver Bullets. Excuse me. Like, yes, you can put a lot of pressure. Ooh, that Hanzo arrow. Yeah, you can put a lot of pressure with the Silver Bullets at range from a safer distance. However, with Malfurion sustaining and then Diablos is just so healthy, I feel like you want to be able to play for the late game because
It kept natural alive. Now this is in trouble again.
Oh,
Jeez.
The
sustain.
sustain.
Interrupting that.
the swipe. Oh, nice. A nice lightning breath to make himself unstoppable so that he wouldn't get pushed away.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. But I think you need Wizened Duelist in order for late game for Greymane to kind of keep up scaling wise in the late game. Everybody else is like you look at Sonya, she becomes like almost impossible to kill. Diablo gets threatening and more impossible to kill. Medivh and Malfurion are both enabling, ensuring people don't die. And if you're looking at killing, like I don't know who Greymane's going to go for the throat. Like I don't know who's gonna die there, because he's only gonna be either shooting Sonya or Diablo. He's not gonna be able to reach the Hanzo.
Yeah.
So at least stack up against Diablo. At least stack up against Sonya. Make yourself more powerful. So then when you do finally get level 16, you get the Alpha Killer. Your auto attacks are dealing even more damage, and you're able to really put a lot of pressure. Raynor got banned.
It's kind of interesting too when you think about it too, right? So you're looking at the Greymane. Like, wouldn't you want to take 35% of Diablo's like ginormous health pool away?
I mean,
right?
probably burst him down, and then you probably follow up with like a Riptire maybe, and look to blow him up. But I don't know. Like I feel like you want to be building Greymane here to keep up with the late game. Put out as much damage as possible. Curse Bullet, Alpha Killer.
Maybe they're just thinking, like you said, like just kind of like overconfidence, right? They felt that they were going to snowball. At that point, when they were just about to hit 10, they were winning the map.
Yeah.
At that point. So like maybe they're just
looking to get those kill resets and snowball and go from there and like finish off kills.
I will be
Not
surprised.
thinking like it's going to be over.
Yeah, exactly. I will be surprised if Hanzo and Malfurion die at all this game from a gray main go for the throat. It will probably be a Junkrat Riptire, if anything, but even then, I don't think Genji can kill anybody here. Okay, you get let's say you get Sonya and Diablo in a mosh pit.
Beauty.
Or a silence here, like Greymane still has to. Okay, he doesn't even. Oh wow. Oh, there we go. There's a mosh pit. Okay, there we go. There's a go for the throat. Oh. Oh, nice interrupt. Alright, cool. Well, Malfurion and Hanzo are still alive. So if anybody's gonna die here, it'll be the Sonya. You hate to see this. Wow. I don't know. And Hero, I don't know if you're still there, or J Street, or anybody else for that matter. If you guys are still there, if you disagree with anything I said about Greymane, let me know. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts, see your guys' thoughts, what you guys think about that. But that's how I feel about Greymane in the current meta. But Hero, I'm just playing awful unranked games. Kappa. But like, if you're gonna go sustain damage, you need to make sure you have enough sustained damage to put pressure on someone. Here comes Riptire. You gotta put that pressure on them, and you gotta be able to finish. You can't have. I feel like you can't have one or the other. Maybe you can, but.
So here we are again, wondering how does Miracle win?
Exactly.
Is it like they lost the first keep, right? Like they're just getting pushed. Is reset extended? Maybe is that what it is? Big ley line.
Oh. Graymane's a specialist now. Yeah. Take him for camps, stuff like that. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe this is it. Maybe that's what it is. They just
got to stay a little too long, huh?
Yeah, the old staggered kills now.
I think it took them ages to get that keep down. That keep should have been down so much faster. But they were like up there fucking around trying to look for kills. Huh. Interesting, to say the very least. I like how Tis just power slid in between two. Like Judy didn't even try to move. He just sat there auto attacking the fort, and then Tis just power slid and missed them both. Oh yeah. Sonya becomes insane in the late game. Diablo just as much. I mean, Malfurion has infinite healing at this point. Spread volley on Junkrat over endless nades. Okay, I mean, spread volley is good for Shrine.
Oh.
Uh-oh, hang on. What's happening? Ooh, sidestep. Whoa, wait, what? That was wild. That interaction was so weird. Meanwhile, Sonya's up top.
And meanwhile, on top lane, mid-air charge. Speaking of mid-air charges, when you're Urel and you're like leaping through the air and muted or like stunned mid-air, feels bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And the worst part is, like, if you go Murad's Insight, where after every ability you use, your next auto heals you for a certain amount.
Yeah.
You don't get that heal. You won't have, because you didn't complete.
It doesn't count as it because you didn't land it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful. Cool interactions.
Play for 20 here. Junkrat's soaking bottom. They're going to give this up. Okay. So if you're Gen G, what are you looking to do here? What's your play? Not lose the game. Somehow I feel like they're going to lose the game here.
Well, we know that. But like if you're Gen G, like I guess you're both about to be 20. It's just like well, I guess you win the team fight, right? Like you have no choice. You win the team fight. There's nothing fancy you can do except
like right here. If you're Gen G, you're saying, okay, don't die, don't lose. That's it. That's all you're telling yourself. We're gonna lose this keep. Maybe.
That's okay.
Actually, it's a mortar. It's a mortar Punisher, so you probably won't lose that keep. But, ooh, the lightning breath. Where's the mosh pit? Is it coming out? Oh, it's not. Oh, the lightning breath duration. Greymane dies. That's a huge part of your defense here.
Oh my god.
Hang on. Oh, wait. What was that?
Cough. Feels bad, man.
Delete
you used to have
it.
that health bar.
The mosh pit on Malfurion and Medivh doesn't matter. Yikes. Pull mid, pull top, lose the keep is fine. No second pull. Agreed. So what Hero's saying is you bait the Punisher to jump top to the top keep or the bottom keep. You lose the middle keep, you defend that, you don't die, and that's it. But yep, once Greymane dies, there's no way. I don't want to say there's no way, but it becomes extremely difficult to defend against that Immortal. Or, I'm sorry, that Punisher, and anybody else that's looking to aggress. All right, game 5, dude. Game 5.
How did we get here?
Even the best teams can make silly mistakes. I don't want to call them silly, but for them, I guess it's silly, huh? All right, I am at 10 seconds flat.
How to kill Sonya. Are you going to give us instructions here?
How to kill Sonya. Curse bullet, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta control her. You gotta CC her. You gotta have some burst on the back end of that CC. You need to punish her fast. If you don't punish her fast, she's just gonna start spinning again, and then she's gonna start using her shields, and then she's gonna just like kill you and stay alive. But all right, you ready? I'm at 10 seconds.
10 seconds. All right, I'm at. Not with Joker. Sure.
By the way, if you guys are out there chilling, hanging out, having a good time, well, first of all, I hope you're enjoying your time here on HGC and Chill with Bahgz tonight. It's a VOD review. We're watching Gen G versus Miracle. If you're just now getting here and you're missing the show and you miss a lot of the show, don't worry. The VOD or this video will be up on YouTube later. You can go and watch that if you're interested. If you don't know where the YouTube channel is, scroll down below. You'll see it. You'll see a link there to the YouTube. Give it a like, give it a follow. And you can also catch the other the other HGC and Chill episodes. This is the third one. We've done 3 so far. First one was with Soken. We did it for about 4 hours, dude. 4 hours. And we talked about everything. Yeah, and then episode 2 I did with Showtime. That was like an hour and a half. It was nice. And then however long Bahgz to stay awake for, if he wants to stay up, if this is the only series he wants to do, whatever. We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about how long we wanted to be up, but we just go with the flow. That's what it's about.
Dig it.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Towers of Doom.
Genji, Miracle, Game 5, Towers.
Genji targeting solo lanes. Yeah.
Trying to,
Are they trying to get after Nacho Jin? Is that what that is?
yeah, like trying to limit his hero pool, but he's played Sonya really well. He's played Yrel really well. They're just banning Dahaka and Phoenix. So I don't know. They let Jimmy go through again.
There's going to be another Anubarak here, dude. I think that we're going to see another Anubarak. Yrel Maev. Okay.
Maev. All right.
All right. I still think we will see a Anubarak. Maybe not that early.
Does Genji take the Anubarak?
I don't think. Maybe you do. Maybe you can, just to be able to control my Yrel a little bit and create opportunities for Jimmy to really get value out of his level 1 talent. But they go Blaze Murden, which I think is it's still good. You know, lots of slows, lots of CC, lots of
stun too.
Yeah, lots of beef.
That's a heavy front line. Yeah, it's a lot of health.
Blaze is good on this. He's just good. Wave clear and stuff like that, and Bunker's Bunker's really strong against this Maev.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think we've seen Blaze out of Genji almost every single.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's up there.
Junkrat is banned. Anubarak. There's a Anubarak ban.
There's the new.
And you know what? Like,
lock down Malfurion.
oh man, I think Miracles are geniuses actually. So you take the Maev early here, you can get multi-man tethers, pulls, and stuns. So even if the Anubarak is taken away, because they know you've been playing Anubarak, even if the Anubarak is taken away, you still have a tool, an option available to you to get multiple man stuns. And that's with the Maev. And then you keep them all isolated in one location. You can make do without the Anubarak. You can probably... What is it? Kerosene Falls? You can probably move into a Johanna right here. You got the blinds. You've got some soft CC. Follow up or you could set up a Li Ming combo. I mean, it's added wave clear in your rotation.
Tyrael.
They go Tyrael though.
What?
Okay. That is interesting. Tyrael can add a little bit of extra damage, also a lot more sustainability for his team because of the sanctification. You can deny a 7-sided strike. You can deny a gust.
Noblesse. He's like looking like Bill Belichick over there.
Yeah, I know, right? For those of you that don't know, that is a real life IRL sports guy.
Sports ball.
Fringe average 100 bits. Time for bed later, guys. Hey, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed your pleasant, chill evening here, watching some HGC and hanging out and talking about board games and books and stuff. Thanks for hanging out, Fringe.
Fringe, have a good night.
That episode for the Nexus Troll should be up by tomorrow morning. So when you get up nice and early to start your day, it's there ready for you. Thanks for hanging out, man. And thanks for the koozie, by the way, too. The Gankbush Squad koozie. I got one last year when I went to BlizzCon, so I've got 3. I might whatchamacallit, promote Gankbush Squad out here somewhere. Or Bahgz needs one. Send you one, dude.
I have one.
Oh, you have one? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Udo's got one. I've got one. Somewhere. Somewhere
out there. All right. You know, I should have tweeted that I was doing this, but I'm very bad when it comes to like
Twittering.
Well,
So-
I'm okay with going on Twitter and like, you know, posting stuff and responding to Caldor about sick plays and whatever and flaming. But when it comes to like streams and stuff that I'm doing, I'm really bad at it. I don't know. I don't think about myself like that. To just let me go promote this. I forget. I just do it. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, Jay Shrite is streaming, which means I'll probably send them a little host. Afterwards. By the way, how long you Ooh. Stop being bad at a sellout. I know. Mustache Miller, you want to sell out for me, dude? You can sell out for me. By the way, Bahgz, how long you want to be doing this for? Up to you. We've been at it for about 2 hours. We're 2 minutes out. Up to you. The people. Oh, the people say all night, but yeah.
Oh boy. Whew. I got all. I think unfortunately we can call it good after the Miracle series.
Okay, that's fine.
I wanted to do the Tempo Storm series with Heroes Hearth, but I don't know if I have it in me.
Yeah, these beers are doing their magic on me, dude. That's for sure. No, okay, cool. All right. There you have it, people. There you have it. If you're watching the YouTube video, it will end after this game. But again, guys, thanks for hanging out. Make sure you guys are dropping those follows, dropping those subscribes. Twitch Prime right here, baby.
There you go. Working on that sellout. Now
There
you're doing it.
we go. Now we got the sellout.
Isn't there a way to set up Twitch to sync up with your Twitter account and like announce when you're streaming?
Yes. However,
Mine used to do that, and then
yes, that is a problem that I have run into as well. And going back and trying to figure it out again, I'm like, I told myself, oh, I'll just tweet it out myself, and well, you know, I've got a bot that lets through Discord tells people that I'm streaming, but
that you're on. Yeah, I need to
start looking into the spots. You got like patch note spot, everything.
Yeah.
Earlier today, you're like, you've got your Discord is like tricked out, dude. Like, Exhibit stopped by and like pimped your Discord.
Pimp my server.
No, it's looking sharp though. It's got like little images next to all the different chat channels, and it's nice.
Yeah, spent some time doing that, but
Active.
I try to keep people, you know, try to keep them. I'll ask questions, you know, random ask questions that I may or may not know the answers to, and just to kind of
Coke versus Coke or Pepsi, and just like let it happen,
and then let it happen, and then hear how many people say neither, and then why. Ooh, got an interesting message. All right, last game. I like this Maev like image. I like how the Korea always has like a different image than for certain heroes.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Gen G has an 80% win rate on this map. Granted, they are Gen G. They win every game. They win every series.
Yeah,
so.
it's like.
All right, let's see.
It'd be one thing if it was like a, you know, like a 500 team, like a 5-5 team.
Yeah.
You know, where and then it was like had an 80% win rate on a particular map, but like when you've only dropped the 2 maps that they've dropped tonight all season.
Yeah, true.
It's like, what does that even mean at that point?
I say Gen G because it's like what Generation G. That's how I say it, Mustache Miller. I know some people say Genji, but I don't know. How do they say it?
Well, I guess we'll have to listen to the casters. I'm pretty sure the casters call them Gen G as well.
I hardly ever have caster volume up. Like hardly ever. Because I feel like they disrupt my learning, my thinking, my process of thinking or whatever. I like to kind of just figure out what it is the players are doing without having somebody else tell me. And every once in a while, I'll turn on the casters to kind of hear what they're saying and see if they're in line with what I'm saying. But for the most part, I just keep it off. Oh, Gen G. Okay, Mustache Miller. Okay, I see. I get it. You're one of those guys. I'm just kidding. Gen G. Sorry, I need to put a pause in between Gen and G. This guy. Where my mods at?
That's funny.
Oof, Sake just took a shit ton of damage there. You wanna beat Karazim? Go with Poke. One thing he struggles against significantly is poke damage. He's got a heal on a 12-second cooldown AoE, and it's not like it's the best healing.
Yep.
So, especially when you're going damage monk.
Like right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, which is arguably one of the best way to play him. You get in, you get a kill, you put some pressure on a squishy target, and that's that. Or even on the front line with 7-sided strike, but honestly, with as much 7-sided strike as we're seeing, I would like to see more maybe transcendence or something like that, where like if you're focusing on blowing up a frontline target, you can sustain. Like, yes, you can probably put a lot of damage on that frontliner and 7-sided strike them and stuff and put a lot of burst on them. However, you are missing a lot of the sustain, and transcendence can probably offset a lot of that damage that you do take from some of these pokey compositions like the Li Ming, the Maev. You kind of just start punching Tyrael because he doesn't have the CC to stop you. You start healing a bunch, and then your teammates start wheeling him down, and then you finish him off with a 7-sided strike. Instead of finishing him off with punches, you finish him off with 7-sided strike. Usually people will, you know,
Open.
try to do both, or, you know, open with 7-sided strike, get him down low enough, and then have him blown up. But
Oh, wow. A big tether. Who needs an Uber rack? We've got Maev.
right? Yeah, look, look at that. Reset, probably another reset, and then can they finish Kyocha off? Now Li Ming has a reset, so Maev is getting her own resets off of her Qs. You put out enough damage with that, and then once you get the kill, Li Ming gets the resets and starts to snowball from there. Twice Rainer Kerzim, yeah. I don't like it. Like if that Rainer was maybe a gray main and you guys both went in together on a target, yeah, maybe. But like Rainer, I don't see it. Okay, you have Block Totem. Cool, Block Totem is nice. It's a lot of damage mitigation. However, there's little to no auto attack damage on the opponent's side. It's all like ability based. Maybe Maev. I don't think the Block Totem works against the physical damage that comes out of Maev with her other abilities. But during these laning phases, extended laning phases and pokey phases, maybe having that the spirit ally, I forget what it's called. I think this was called the healing totem, is a good option to go. You have a Murden that doesn't have third win at level 1. You have a Blaze who's beefy. You have a Rainer who arguably can be beefy with certain builds. I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking the characters. Like we're forcing a lot of what we already know, what we're already used to, with essentially a new hero out in Rainer. Time to spice it up, ladies and gentlemen. Spice it up. Oof. See you later. Wait, where are you at in game? I'm at 622.
I am way ahead of you. I'm at 645.
Whoa, yikes. My game kind of, or my stream kind of lags a bit every so often. 633, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna pause.
8. 640. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 50. 55. Ooh, Falstad. Oh, the gust, but the palm. Oh no.
All right, we are on the same page.
Oh.
Reset.
You hate to see it.
You hate it.
Here's a Warden's Cage I was talking about. It's pretty much just like an AoE cocoon against the enemy team. Oof. Without the Li Ming there, to be able to finish off those kills, they got punished for that. Like, Maev couldn't deal enough damage to get those kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of resets. Yeah, you're putting out some decent damage, but you really need that final pop. Let's see. Season Marksman, Falstad. We've been seeing more Gathering Storm out of NA, and I think even EU.
Yeah, we were talking. I think we were talking about that in Discord earlier. A lot of mage build.
Yeah. More bursts when you're looking to engage on a target and kill that target. Having that Gathering Storm burst is nice when you finally commit to somebody. Nothing out of the ordinary here as far as these builds are concerned. I am curious to see, like, so we know the result of this match, right? We know Miracle wins this
Somehow, some way.
somehow, some way. I'm still curious to see why they chose Tyrael over another warrior.
Something with some CD.
Especially,
something that
you saw how much pressure they put on Li Ming there not too long ago.
yeah,
like,
yeah, something like a peel, right? Yeah.
it's weird. And then you have Sanctification, which could overlap with Ardent Defender. Because, I mean, Sanctification makes Yrel invulnerable. Okay. Now there's a Sanctification. Okay. Maybe. Okay, I see that. I see what they did it.
Interesting.
So they have Ardent Defender there. They stop attacking her. And then the Sanctification's right there, ready to go. But Sank is for Maiev. Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeesh.
Oof.
Resets back.
Oh man, but
Towers.
I feel like there's so much aggression coming out of Gen G, that Sanctification, or even trying to sanct Maiev to get those resets, to get a lot of value out of her is, I don't know. Like if that was a Johanna, you could at least peel better. Huh. Popos are out. Oof. The philosophy is if we can get Raynor, we kill it. Same for Falstad. And Gen G's philosophy is if we can get Malfurion or Li Ming, we can kill it. So it's the same. It's just like similar things happening here. Hey, Blegopie with the host, much appreciated. Thanks, buddy. Hope you had a good stream.
Nice.
Hope you had a. Hey, by the way, if you guys are interested in Guitar Hero, some sick Guitar Hero rock band action, he is your man. He is your guy. He's a great player. I enjoy watching his streams, and he's got song requests and everything. But yeah, Raynor and False, I don't die of Li Ming mouth. True. I'm just looking at Murd and Blaze Monk, and then you've got the back end damage to kind of finish that kill, secure the kill. But yo, just on my way to work. Right on, dude. Overnight, boys.
Overnight life. Ugh.
Yep. Bahgz knows all about it. Right on, dude. Have a nice time at work. Enjoy your evening as best as you can. Nice stall there. Ooh. I'm lagging. My stream is lagging. Gen G will be too busy peeling the deal. There we go. Yeah, you would think that. But look what's happening, dude. Like, I feel like these fights are... They're looking like Genji is dictating the pace. Could be because of the slower play, as you were saying. 16. What do we got for 16s? Well, what does Miracle have at 16? Where things really pop off for them.
16 is wave clear for Rel.
Yeah, Holy Wrath. Some more Malfurion Sustain. What does Tyrell have?
It's a Q-tap.
Big damage boosts. For Yrel, she's got the armor. Yeah, Yrel leaving it alone. True. I'm losing a lot of frames from the VOD. Let me turn the I'm gonna turn the video quality down a little bit and see if that helps. Cleansing dash is nice though. Yeah, agreed.
Whew. So Genji got the tower.
Hang on. I'm at 1505.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pause it. But spoiler alert: Miracle's down to the last 12 shots.
Okay. What time are you at?
15:37.
15:30. 37. Okay. Good Gus. All right. I am at 28, 30, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
Wait, but Hero Physio, you mean Wave 100 Fists? Wave 100 Fists isn't what I need to be going? Cleansing Dash is so good. Fuck.
Looks like they're gonna get it. Wow.
Yeah, Rainer was bottom. What's the play here? Clear the sappers. Oh, Kyocho goes in. There's a Sanct. They get in the bunker. Warden's Cage. Nice gust.
Whoa, great gust.
Now you kind of wish you had Sanct here.
Still up. I am low, but surviving. Gets the tap.
Like you want. Oh, reset a palm. The discipline. Insane.
Wow.
Did you see that? Wow. Oh, look at that. Ming with four kills. Slight leaming misfires, but still a good result. Yeah. Yeah. I think for me the most impressive thing was just how he managed to not even auto attack the Falstad there to proc Palm. he just maintained his discipline there to not do anything, allow his teammates to pick up the kill. Because a lot of people get hungry for that kill. They want to get that kill. And they'll do whatever they can. But he held off. Tyrael throws his sword in and gets the kill. It was actually really nice. Really well played. Great teamwork. Great trust. Damn. Pick up these three sappers on here. Yeah, walk them in.
Walk them in. Sancts available. All ultimates. All of them. All heroics are available.
Holy Arena. We got 6 shots coming here. Clear these waves. Make sure the sappers don't have anything else to shoot at. They're on Rainer. Oh, nice gust. Oh, see you later. Judy. Oh,
nope.
Oof, they only get 1 in. Wow. But 2 are down for 40 seconds plus. They have level 20s. It's 3v4 level 20s. This thing is up in 15 seconds just about. This is looking dire for Gen G. So if you're Gen G, what are you looking to do? How are you poking? Blaze poke from probably up top. Can they get the oh there you go.
That's good. Hammering, right? Like that's pretty much it though.
Yeah.
No, there's Sake just gonna die. Oh no
Yikes.
proc again.
Wow.
It's buried.
Rainer's running into a tower that doesn't belong to him. That always feels bad. Nice Sanct. Wow, Miracle looks so happy. They're like,
Wow.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Even gods can bleed.
Oh my god. Not with that again. Not with that again, dude. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So,
all right.
Well played to Miracle. I'm actually like really happy for them. They played that well. Gen G. They didn't look like Gen G to me, man.
No, they look sloppy.
They look super
lethargic.
sloppy. Yeah, so many poggers in chat here on the side. But yeah, interesting. There was a lot of Anubarak. We saw a lot of Anubarak. We saw the Maiev there at the end. What else? What else did we see? We saw some Dahaka, Urel, Rainer. Yeah, Rainer. We saw an Asmodan one game, so
That was weird. It's almost as if like Gen G wasn't.
They weren't taking them seriously. Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's almost as if Gen G wasn't taking. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it came off like at least with the Asmodan pick. That they weren't taking like Miracle seriously through that first game, and it bit them, right? Like all of a sudden, their Miracle was going toe to toe with them, and maybe the result would have been different. It would have been 3-1, or it would have been a 3-0 if they had won.
Yeah, it was for sure, dude. It's wild.
12-minute, like it was a 12, like it was Volsky. What was it? 12 minutes, right? I think.
It was. Yeah, it was pretty. It was the second Punisher or the second Triglav that ended the game. So yeah, like usually you take the first Triglav, you get some structure damage done mid, you go top, get the well, which then lets you increase your chances of securing the second Triglav. They get that, they get the fourth, they end the game. Like, it was wild. It was crazy. They were just feeding into that. But yeah, anyways, really, really well played by Miracle. Genji, I'm sure, has to. They're a little salty. They looked a little salty. They looked a little not like themselves. But yeah. Anyways, Bahgz, thanks for hanging out, dude. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Yeah, dude. Always, dude. Always. You're my boy. Trollin HGC isn't the only thing we do. But so by the way, for those of you that don't know, Tuesdays 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Bahgz and I have our own little show called Trollin HGC. Liquid is no longer with us. He is retiring, but Daddy left the show to us. Trollin HGC podcast, where we talk about all things Heroes of the Storm esports related. Hopefully, we're looking to get a couple guests on here within the next few weeks or so. So stay tuned. We've had some on in the past. We're gonna get them back on here again. So if you're interested in that, tune in. That's gonna be on twitch.tv/trollsgg. You can also follow us there on Twitter, Trollin HGC, TROLLIN HGC. And Bahgz, tell the people where they can find you. What are you about?
Guys, you can follow me on Bahgz, and you can watch me stream on twitch.tv/Bahgz. I'm not doing a lot of that right now, but hopefully this fall, show my sweet silver.
Sorry, you cut out there for you cut out there for a second.
Oh no. Well, I did we get the Twitter part?
Bahgz HGC. I don't know. I'm sure that
Right,
that went through. I heard Bahgz, so.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Bahgz HGC. You can watch me stream on twitch.tv/Bahgz.
Bahgz. Check him out. He's posting Heroes esports stuff. You'll also know when Trollin HGC goes live. But yeah, tune into that show, guys. And you guys can find me twitter.com/GoonHots, here on Twitch, GoonHots, and on YouTube, where you will find this VOD on YouTube as well. Give it a like, give it a follow, give it a subscribe, do everything you guys do. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate the bits today, the hosts, the Prime sub, Hero. Thanks for hanging out, keeping us entertained or enlightened. Hope you guys enjoyed all of our chats about books, movies, board games as well. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. We'll definitely do this again. This is different. We weren't able to do the show live with HGC while HGC was going on, but hey, this was chill. That's the name of the show, HGC and Chill. But anyways, guys, until next time, be safe, take it easy out there, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
See you later.
Peace.